Well, here you go again, Dave. Start of another week, another midweek game as well. You've not had too many disappointing Saturdays or Tuesdays since you come into League One. Fingers crossed the cobwebs blew it off you yesterday and you're ready to go again.
Yeah, it was a tough Sunday, that one, I have to say. I've said it before, some defeats are tough to take, some wins are more, when I say palatable, even when you've not won, you go, right, or when you don't deserve it, they're worth a bit more. That was one of them where you just go, oh, we lost that game. Never mind drawing it. It was crazy. You watch it back and you just go, it just didn't get any easier to watch, to be honest. Didn't get any easier. But listen, that's football. The good thing is we have got a game tomorrow. We dust ourselves down and we go again. We've got a good team coming. And we've got to make sure we're more ruthless than what we showed on Saturday.
When you sum it all up, did Mikel Mandron's overall 90 minutes probably show what your team was all about? He scored a goal. He made a goal. He had one terrific save. His general all-round play, like your team, was very good. And he missed a few quite easy chances, and then you conceded a soft goal. Did that sum it all up, really?
Yep. I think you've been here too long, Graham. I think you know football as good as well as I do. That's it. You hit the nail on the head. I don't know what else you want me to say. It's, I actually thought Mika played far better on Saturday than he had done for the previous 2 or 3 games. He'll get judged on goals, and he didn't score the chances that came along. And he was the first to admit it in the dressing room afterwards. So I'm not saying anything that he doesn't believe. But he actually played really well. But I'd rather him play bad and score too, to be quite honest. Because goals change games, and the game was there for us. Their first goal changed the momentum of the whole game, and it was unfortunate. But we still had more than enough of the game and more than enough of the ball to score lots and lots of goals, and we didn't. And then we paid the ultimate price for it. So, like I say, disappointing all round, but there's a game tomorrow, so hopefully we'll put it all right against a good Accy team.
Yeah, good test. Always are. You spoke when you played them in the first game of the season about how, what a lot of thought and feeling you have for what they do there. Not only do they do it right, they've had some couple of good seasons, haven't they, as well, in League One, and they're right in the mix now.
Yeah, listen, they're John and Jimmy and John Doolan, they're terrific at what they do. They're absolutely terrific at what they do. I don't think anyone can take away what they do. They deserve all the plaudits that come their way. I still think people take them lightly because of what they are, who they are. I think that's disrespectful and misguided, wholly misguided. They're a terrific team. I saw them last Wednesday at Doncaster. They beat Doncaster away last Wednesday. They're a good team. I saw them a couple of weeks before. I've seen them 2 or 3 times since Christmas. They're a good team. They're a very good team. I saw them at Shrewsbury. I think it was Shrewsbury. I saw them at Shrewsbury. Yeah, I think it was Shrewsbury. They're a good team, efficient. Are they going to get the purists out of the seat? No. They're not. I think John would be the first to say that. Do they play some football? Yeah, they do. Do they play their way? Of course they do, and they're very good at it, and it's effective. They're not a long ball team by any stretch of the imagination. So don't think they're not a physical team in terms of bullies. They're not that. They've got a bit of that. They can go a bit long. They can play. They will work their socks off, and they all know what they're doing. And when you've got all them different facets, they're a tough team to play. And we saw that the first game should have been a draw. There was nothing in the game. And, we were on the wrong side of it. And we've got to make sure that we match all their endeavours, because they will work their socks off. And like I said, they've got some good players and they know what they're doing. So we won't be taking them lightly, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's down to you, isn't it, to get on the right side this time around. You know, there's been just one or two too many of those just on the wrong side.
Yep, I was laying in bed this morning thinking, bloody hell, Ipswich away, Swindon, you know, Gillingham at home. There's 3. That's 9 points. Accy away, another point. You know, that's 10 points difference. You know, and we've got to make sure we come out on the right side of more of them games between now and the end of the season, because I have to say them games that I've just mentioned, we deserve to win the 3 of them, draw against Accy, but we haven't. We've lost them all. Now that can't happen. We've got to make sure that when we're on top, our dominance is rewarded with goals. And when our performance is good, we've got to make sure we turn good performances into victories and 3 points. And that's the sort of next challenge for us, because we haven't done it often enough or consistently enough.
Obviously, not a lot of time to be out on the training ground with the players. We're playing on Tuesdays. More that you have the chats to them, because the big positives were you dominated the game, you made a load of chances, your possession stakes were very high at the weekend. You just got to try and get into them a little bit with a mentality, do you think, in the build-up?
Yeah, I think it's just a belief thing. Just you know, I said it in the week. Some of them don't realise how good they are. They don't. They genuinely don't. Put them on $5,000 a week, they would. That's one of the biggest the easiest way of doing it. Inject, you know, 5 syringes of confidence in each of them. You know, giving them a huge pay rise. You know, the club would survive about 2 months and going into administration, right? But that's by the by. But you know what I mean? If they're all on 3, 4, 5 grand, like good players in this league are, and this is not becoming a political thing or a moaning about money. That's not the point. I'm sure they'd feel like that. You know, you go, no, it doesn't matter. It should be irrelevant. You should know your worth. And I don't mean in monetary terms. I'm on about in terms of what you bring to this team, where you are in this league, how much of an effect you can have on each game, and how you go about your business. You know, we've seen that in January with a couple of lads. You know, they didn't worry about anything. They just wanted to be good players. And there's a few now going, come on, you can be there. You can do exactly the same, and you've got to do it. You know, there's a few behind that. You're going, go on, you've got to be that good. Because you can be that good. There's nothing stopping you, only your own head. And we've just got to make sure that we tell them and they understand and they make sure that they do believe that.
Oliver Daniels was back in your squad at the weekend. I think you were due to play the game on Sunday. I guess the game didn't get played. So obviously he's ready, is he now? You had the all clear that he can be part of that first team setup?
Yeah, he's had a couple of 23s games. He hasn't played 90 minutes yet, but we felt we'd get some minutes out of him if he was required. And he'll just keep going with building himself back up. So that's where we're at with Donovan.
And just on one final point, where we looking at the fixtures coming up, we spoke to Nathan Wood and he said it's terrific. You know, the fixtures that you see, real big clubs, all fighting for places, you know, in the top 6 or 7. You're still on the outside of that. It is a great sequence, isn't it? All starts with Accrington and all the way through to the middle of March coming up. Yeah,
the next 5 or 6 games could really be decisive in what happens with us. That's what it is, isn't it? There's no point, you know, win all 5, you go, hang on a minute, lose all 5, you might even start looking over your shoulder. I don't think we will, but you get the point. Let's see where we get to.